Good morning and welcome to the July 9th, 2025 City Council meeting. We're going to begin with the invocation followed by the pledge. If you'll please stand. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for today and thank you for our city. Just thank you for our first responders and everybody that just keeps us safe. Lord, I say a special prayer for all the folks down in the hill country, people that have lost their loved ones and people that don't know if they've lost their loved ones or not, the people that are missing. We just ask that you be with those families and give peace and comfort and know that they are loved. Just also ask you to be with the family of David Dykes, be with Cindy and the kids and grandkids as the services today. Just ask that you be with them and to also give them comfort as well. Thank you for the impact that he's had on our city, our community, the region, and ultimately the world. Just thank you for today. It's in your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to begin with the minutes from May the 28th, 2025.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion by Wynn, second by Hawkins. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. R1.
Mayor and council, I'll take kind of the primary on this one. We'll introduce a couple of people here that we have in the audience as well. It's one of the things that Visit Tyler works towards is to look at bringing different activities, programs, conferences, events here to the greater Tyler area. And one of those that they are in the process of doing a review on is the Texas Amateur Athletic Federation's Games of Texas program that is done each year throughout our state in different major locations. And as we put together a possible bid package for the possible 2029 or 2030 season or year for when they would have the Games of Texas. And I think of almost kind of the Olympics, but at almost like a state level, and so a smaller level. It is one of the things that's needed is a resolution from the City Council showing support for our package being presented. And so with us today we have Mark Lord, who is the Executive Director of the Texas Amateur Athletics Federation, as well as several other people that are with him. And I'll kind of turn that over then to Mark if he wants to give any kind of opening words, as well as we have Orlando Brown and Wade Washman to also speak towards this item.
Morning, Mark.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm the Executive Director of Texas Amateur Athletic Federation. We and Tyler go way back. Tyler is a founding charter member of TAF, one of the first 10 cities. To tell you how long that relationship is, we celebrate our 100th anniversary this year. So we've been around together. A little bit about the Games of Texas. TAF has 30 state championships in 10 sports, and our membership is municipal parks and recreation departments statewide. Okay? We also have an affiliate, which are private track clubs, private swim teams, gymnastics, the whole 9 yards. Of those 30 state championships, several of those state championships are in our Summer Games of Texas, which is our premier event, which is a $9 to $14 million economic impact wherever we go. We're going to the cities of Bryan, College Station, Texas A&M in 3 weeks. This is their 11th time to host the games. Their CVB says the economic impact is equivalent to 3 home sellout games at Kyle Field the last weekend in July. They love our event. We will bring in what we estimate is, we know in athletes we're going to bring between 6,000 and 10,000 athletes, total package of 30,000, including athletes and spectators. We go way back with Coach Brown with Metro Tyler Track Club. He and I have talked about this for 2 years. We have never had our games in East Texas. We had them in Region 1, which is around the Houston area, but we haven't been in Northeast Texas. 50% of our membership is within 50 miles of the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm telling you, it is a massive event. But last year, we were in Brownsville with the last 2 years. That was the smallest city at the time to ever host our games. They did an outstanding job. I've viewed all of your venues, potential venues for the different sports. And let me give you an example of just some numbers. Track and swim are our cornerstone sports. And right now, I checked the registration this morning, we're at 19,126 currently. And registration isn't closed yet. It predominantly is, but we have a few regions open. We will bring, just in track and swim, between 5,000 and 7,000 athletes. We bring in the liaisons, which are basically volunteers for us. They're parks and recreation professionals across the state that have done track and swim for, this will be our 38th games this year. We run our cornerstone sports, and we're gonna keep them at a certain level of efficiency. We are the largest track meet in the state of Texas, 4-day track meet. They've put a lot of work here. I'm telling you, y'all have, this is a garden spot. Rose Garden to be specific. We have a history. We would love for y'all to bid on it. We can't guarantee it because whoever bids on it goes before our membership votes on it, and that's where we go. But I think you would present a great package, and it would be beneficial to both. I'm gonna be up front. I won't be here. I'm retiring in a year and a half. I've been in the game for 44 years. But I wanna leave the cupboard full from my organization, and I think this is a great location. Y'all have anything? Thank you for the
I'll make a comment while Coach is coming up. You know, I had the opportunity to meet with these three guys last night, with Wade and Coach Brown and Mark. And I think the main thing that may be in everybody's mind is there, at this point in the game, is there a financial commitment on behalf of the city? And the answer is no. And all we are doing, if we sign this letter of support, is throwing our name in the hat as a candidate to possibly be a host city. So it's no commitment on our part, other than it's something that we would support that could happen in 29 and 30. So, you know, I don't know if y'all want to hear from Coach or
Yeah,
from
of
Wade.
course.
Come on up, Coach.
Coach Tutu.
Hello, how everybody doing? I'm Coach Tutu Brown, real name Lananda Brown. I've been in the sport under Taft Sports for 29 years. We assemble track meets around East Texas every weekend for the summer. As far as the amount of people that it brings, the numbers don't lie on the numbers that they bring. We brought in Wade to just view what was going on, and he was laid over by the number of people that assemble to be at these events. As far as the facilities, we checked out the facilities that you have. Facilities are great. Something that some people fear is the monies that it's going to take to make this happen. We've already cut deals with some of the facilities that it would be no cost to the host city. So we're already in works to keep the idea of numbers down on what it is. But as far as Taft Sports, you can't beat it. We're hosting a regional track meet this weekend at Legacy. We'll have over 600 athletes out there, ages 5 all the way through 18. Mom, grandpa, great-grandma, step-grandmas, everybody's gonna be at the event to see little Bobby go down the track. They will be there, rain or shine, with tents out all over the place. So this event, the documentation is there for you to see how it works. If you don't read the documentation, you will be feared. Okay, so it's the preparation first. Thank you.
All right, any questions for Coach or for Mark? Wade, you want to come up and say a few words? Few.
I know we got places to be.
Thank you for dressing up.
I put on a white shirt because I knew I was going to put the suit over.
We've seen him at other things, this is actually.
It really is dressing up, by the way. Thank you for having us. As Mayor Warren alluded to, all this is y'all as a city council blessing them to even pursue just being in on a bidding process. No commitment whatsoever. My son does run track, great stuff. Been to Corpus Christi a couple times for this state meet, and I was blown away by how many people come in for this deal, and thought, man, this would be really cool for Tyler. This would be a good deal. And you think about 28, 29, or 29 and 30, downtown will be done. Man, we'll be showing off kind of a new look, Tyler. So I think it'll be great. I would love for y'all to bless the endeavor of just throwing our name in the hat. There are deadlines. That's why it's on this city council meeting. One of those deadlines is you got to have a blessing of a council to pursue a bid by a certain date. So, yeah, all you're doing is blessing the opportunity to even throw our name in the hat. So thank you.
Right.
Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you. All right, any further discussion?
I move to approve. Second.
Got a motion by Haney, second by Nichols. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Good luck. Appreciate you guys. All right, R2. Leanne.
Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, Council.
Morning.
The local park grant program of the Texas Parks and Wildlife consists of 5 individual programs that assist local units of government with the acquisition and/or development of public recreation areas and facilities throughout the state of Texas. The program provides 50% matching grants on a reimbursement basis to eligible applicants. All grant-assisted sites must be dedicated as parkland. If approved by the City Council, the city's Parks and Recreation Department would apply for $750,000 in grant funds. The funding would be used for the development and renovation of Golden Road Park, which needs definitely some upgrades. To apply for this funding, a resolution authorizing the application must be approved by the governing body of the applicant according to the grant application criteria. So the recommendation and the request is that the City Council consider adoption of a resolution authorizing the file of an application with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department for a local parks grant for Golden Road Park and authorizing the city manager to take all actions needed to receive and expend grant funds.
Any questions for Leanne?
What
Move
we-
to approve.
Well, what will you be able to use the money for? Just anything? Okay. Pretty good.
Yes,
Specific
sir.
to Golden Road.
Yeah, yes, sir, at Golden Road.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right, got a motion by Wynn,
Second.
second by Hawkins. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
01. Are you still 01? Oh, Candace.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Candace Johnson, Recreation Manager for Tyler Parks and Recreation. Before I start, I do want to say that in your packet, it does mention the Rose Garden fees, but I will only be bringing to you the fees regarding like recreation, so our pool, our senior center, our glass, and tournament fees. And the Rose Garden fees will be brought to you at a later time. So just wanted to preface the conversation. So first, we're going to talk about Fun Forest Pool. So our fees have been set at $1 for our admission fees for residents and $2 for non-residents. And so what we are proposing is this next pool season, so starting in May, to keep residents at $1 and then to move non-residents up to $3. And then as you can see, the next year we'll go to $2 and $5. And then after that, we'll just kind of assess, how things are going and if an increase is needed. One of the things that we are wanting to implement is a family pool pass. We've had people ask about, like, is there a pool pass that I can just show and to avoid having to pay at the door? It was also brought by, I think, Councilman Haney, an idea. And his idea was for those that have a membership at the Glass, a perk of having a membership, kind of like a perk of loyalty to having a membership at the Glass, you get a discounted rate for that family pool pass. The pool pass does allow up to 60 visits for 4 family members. So after that, we would do like an individual rate, or they would just have to purchase another family pool pass. Any questions?
Candace, how are you gonna track that family pool pass? When they come in, is it just gonna be computer that Petra and family came in and, or I came in with 3 of my kids and,
So with the current software that we have now, or even the ones that we are looking at potentially going to, you can do like a multi-pass in there, and so they'll just scan in, and it'll check off. Like, we'll just say, like, Councilman Hawkins is here, 3 people came with her, and you're good to go. And the idea is also that before we would start the pool season, obviously, we'll start advertising this way ahead of time if it goes through. But we will also set up days before pool season begins to sit down and get people registered and try to make it a smooth process, smooth transition, and answer any questions that people have.
How much will the pool pass be, the family pool pass?
So for resident families, $60, and then for non-resident, $70.
I'm sorry, it's right here.
No, you're fine. And then with the discounted rate of the glass membership, it would be $20 for residents and $30 for non-residents. So it's a good deal. We have a lot of families that come and spend the entire day at the pool. But even if they spend the entire day, once we have our break, they have to leave and come back and pay. So, I'm sorry. So a pool pass would save people a lot of money. It's a great deal. Okay, no other
Keep on
questions? Okay, he said keep on going. So next we have our tournament fees. So right now, we already have, we call it like the initial field prep fee of $175. So these are fees that are additional. So say you have a tournament. After that first round of games, a lot of people want the fields redone. So usually it's like average after 2 or 3 games, then they want, the fields restriped, the field dragged, or whatever the case may be. And so that all takes a lot of time, resources, and money. Not that this is gonna recoup all of those fees, but it'll help. So per bag, $20, and then in parentheses, you can kind of see what that actually cost us. So field marking chalk per bag, field marking paint per gallon, the prep field, so to re-prep the field would be another $25. You can see, though, that includes dragging the infields, chalking, doing the batter's box, and then a deposit, which we don't do now, but people, will say, hey, I want to have a tournament. We hold off that date, and then there's nothing, they don't have it, and that keeps the data from being available to other people. And then just kind of a policy about that deposit and when they need to get with us to reserve the fields.
Okay, and it's clarification, those tournaments that you're referring to, that's not a city-held tournament, that's a tournament that is a third party that are using our fields.
Correct. Okay. This next slide, I apologize that it's so small, but it does show the cost of a tournament with one field with every fee that we are proposing, including the 2 hours of light usage, in what other cities. So we're not at the bottom, but we're close to it. We're still, in our eyes, pretty affordable compared to what these other cities are charging. Any questions, concerns?
Candace, you made
Yes,
a
sir.
comment that you're getting closer to recouping your costs. Shouldn't we look at almost a break even? Or
That's
are
the
we-
ultimate goal.
Okay, we're getting there.
We're
making
getting there, baby
small-
steps.
Okay.
Yes. We do want to eventually break even and recoup all of our fees, but the goal is still to provide those services and the facilities at an affordable rate. But baby steps, we'll get there. That's the goal. Okay. So the next thing is our Tyler Senior Center. So right now, we kind of have a policy where we only allow events that honor or celebrate a senior, and then we do small family reunions. However, we are wanting to open it up to the general public. We have had people that say, we're celebrating grandma's 90th, but grandma has a birthday cake and there's a baby shower going on. So it's just like, let's just go ahead and open it to the public. Currently, you can book the Tyler Senior Center for 4 hours. A 4-hour block is $120, and then each additional hour is $30. So going forward, we would like to increase the rental rate, still the 4-hour block for $205 for any event that's honoring or celebrating a senior. it's the Tyler Senior Center, so we still want to provide that service for them. So it's kind of like a senior discount. And then for the public, we want to start off at $265, and then eventually by 2028, reach $340. The damage deposit doesn't change, and then each additional hour, it'll just be $10 more for the general public. And
When will that one go into effect, the 40?
So if this gets approved
Yeah.
this year.
This year, okay.
Yes, sir. And so for those that don't know, the senior center, you rent the facility, you get the whole entire facility. So that's both of the main rooms, and then we have a pool room. We have like a little library area. They get everything, the restrooms, all 6 of them. The only thing we don't rent out is the kitchen. But there's tables, chairs, all of it's there and available. So it's still a great deal. Any questions? No? Okay. I do want to make sure to mention that all of these fees were taken to the Quality of Life Board. They were taken to the Finance, Technology, and People Committee, as well as the Parks Board, and the Parks Board did unanimously recommend to bring this to you. And so it is recommended that the City Council adopt the attached ordinances amending and updating fees and other applicable adjustments to Tyler City Code, Chapter 8, relating to Fun Forest Pool, athletic tournament fees, and the Tyler Senior Center.
Move to approve.
Well, that's a tie. I'm okay. We got a motion by Hawkins, second by Haney. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Candace. Leroy.
Good morning. Item M1 is to request that City Council consider authorizing the city manager to approve Northeast Texas Regional Materials Recovery Facility, NetX, as the successful bidder for bid 25071, the curbside recycle. And about a year ago, by June 2024, Rivers had the structure fire, which closed it. So we pretty much paused the entire program. And last month, Rivers decided that they were not going to open. NetX said that they were officially opening, so we put the bid out. Only bid received was NetX, $75 a ton, which pretty much brings us right back to where we were before the fire. And with this agreement, it would pretty much be for a 1-year term. We do have the option for 5 additional 1-year terms if the price stays the same or if it doesn't increase more than CPI. And pretty much with this going into effect, we would be able to resume the program on Monday, July 14th. So that's pretty much the short of it. Any questions about that one?
Leroy, who is NetX working, what other cities is NetX working for right now that you were able to reach out to see how they were performing?
So when they announced that they were reopening, pretty much the 2 cities, Longview and Tyler, were the 2 big ones that you will be utilizing them. And Longview, pretty much as soon as they made a decision, they started. So Longview is already bringing them their recycled materials.
How are we gonna let people know that the system started back up again?
So we've got a press release, hot and ready.
Okay.
If it's approved, we will be sending that out today.
Okay.
Use same bins, same everything, just,
So all of the customers that kept their recycle bins, we just froze the code. We'll unfreeze and it'll start now. If the customers had us pick up their bins, if they canceled, they'll have to go back and let us know they want to add it back on their bill.
In addition to the press release, would y'all look at adding a flyer with the water bill when the water bills get mailed out to include that as a notification as well?
Okay, absolutely.
And this is also always a great time to plug kind of our apps, both as far as the Tyler, the general Tyler app as well as the Tyler Talks Trash app, which will send you notifications straight to your phone to let you know about as far as this program getting started back up dates and what dates your pickup are, letting you know those types of things. So, as always, we'd like to plug that information out there so that people can get those notifications sent straight to them, so they can be aware.
Well, I know the public's gonna be excited to get this kick-started again. Been a long time without it.
Yep.
So, any other questions, comments?
Move to approve M1.
Second?
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Wynn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Leroy. Thank you. All right, board appointments. Cassandra.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
This morning, I'm requesting that the City Council consider appointing members to the half-cent sales tax board for District 3 due to the election of a newly appointed city council member, and also consider appointing a member to District 4 due to the resignation of Elena Lacia, and also reappoint members to Districts 1 and 5. So this morning, I'm coming to you for Districts 1, 3, 4, and 5. District 1, I would like to reappoint Thomas Smith if Councilmember Haney is okay with that.
Yes.
And also, we have District 3, Archie Castleberry for Councilmember Marsh. District 4, we have Ron
Schomburg.
Schomburg for District 4. And District 5, Bob Westbrook to reappoint. So the new council members will be Archie Castleberry and Ron Schomburg. And reappoint Thomas Smith and Bob Westbrook, if that is your desire.
I think it's an excellent slate.
Yeah, move to approve. Second.
Got a motion by Nichols, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Great job, Cassandra. All right, we're down to the consent agenda. Do we want to approve as presented?
Move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Wynn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. City manager's report.
All right. Mayor and council, it's kind of odd that we sometimes, it's rare for us to see kudos on the rants and raves, social media stuff, but there was one, our Gallery Main Street's newest exhibit, the Caldwell Zoo Wild Expressions, was an exception. And the first went on to talk about the fact that I went to the Plaza building in downtown Tyler to see the art exhibit that some animals at the Caldwell Zoo painted. It was worth the trip to see them. They have all sold and we picked up after the exhibit closes. The ones showing are my favorites. All the money goes to the zoo to help with the upkeep of the animals. And if you haven't been through Plaza Tower to see the paintings that are local elephants, different penguins, giraffes, et cetera, have done, it actually is kind of pretty impressive. We have some very artistic animals out at the Caldwell Zoo. And this was a great opportunity to network with Caldwell Zoo and to show off kind of their highlights, as well as to be able to have that up as an art exhibit. And that was true. Pretty much everything out there has been sold out. Our human artists are jealous. Tyler Beautiful hosted B-Day in the Garden on June 21st at the Goodman LeGrand Museum, marking the 4th year of this buzzing celebration. Previously held at the Tyler Rose Garden, the event has found a new home at the Goodman since the relocation of the Observation Hive in early 2024. And so families enjoyed local vendors, kids' activities, pollinator-themed crafts, educational booths, and treats from local food trucks. The event served both as a celebration and a learning opportunity about our bees here in the community. The Texas Water Development Board has taken a proactive approach in helping Tyler Water Utilities with a volumetric and sedimentation survey. As part of the survey, project engineer Nikki Ingram participated in a video sharing how the project will help Tyler Water Utilities look at the long-term future of Lake Tyler and what kind of infrastructure improvements we need to make around the lake. For more information, you can visit our website, and actually the Texas Water Development Board's website, to learn more about the Lake Tyler Hydro Survey, which will provide important reservoir data to the city of Tyler. And then finally, the annual July 4th celebration at Lindsay Park was a success, despite the crazy weather that popped up right there at the very end. Thousands of people gathered to enjoy the game area, food vendors, DJ, and of course the fireworks display. Thank you to all the hardworking city staff that we had that helped make this event possible, through the planning and execution on July 4th. This truly was a team effort. We have parks, police, fire, transit, and solid waste, to making sure this was an incredible event for our citizens and for our community.
All right. Any questions or comments for the city manager before we adjourn? None?
Move to adjourn.
All right, we're adjourned.
That was record time.